7:24. That's the time, and this is where we get into what we call the MB Creative Corner. Why? Because we have so many creative people, Shane.
So many creative minds right here in Barbados.
Yeah. And some just about passion, just sometimes accidentally finding out about this talent.
Yeah,
you know,
not being like particularly trained, but just saying this is something that I always wanted to do, and just taking the plunge, getting in there, doing things. And I mean, when you look at the beautiful art around us, you out there will understand exactly what we're saying, and to believe that this here is self-taught.
Yes, the name of the artist is Crystal Howell, and she is with us this morning, and literally only recently deciding to share her work with the public. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And thank you for sharing with us here on Morning Barbados.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're most welcome. So when did it start for you? When were you quietly doing this? Because you've got a very technical numbers brain. You're an auditor by profession, right?
I am. I would have spent about 7 years at Ernst & Young, and then I came over to Sagicor to work as an internal auditor. I'm also currently the secretary for the Institute of Internal Auditors Barbados chapter. So yes, I would seem as though I'm a lot into numbers, but I've also always had a creative side where I've been dancing with Barbados Dance Theatre for a number of years, the NCF. I've also done backup dancing, but in 2014 I decided I need to get in touch with my passion for art. My parents are both very artistic in different ways, but I know that I've always loved doing it, but I've never taken classes other than what you would have had at secondary school. So I was very skeptical. But one day I just woke up and said, you know what, I'm going to figure this out. There's lots of information on the internet. I'm going to use what there is out there to see if I can develop my skills. I would have also joined with some friends who are artists, and we would have drawn together and learned from each other and picked up skills and tricks from each other. But one day I woke up, it was the last day of 2014.
Look at that.
And in the middle of the night I got and I said, I want to figure out how to paint.
This is what Oprah calls an aha moment.
So in the middle of the night I got out of my bed and I said, you know what, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to figure out how to paint. I had the acrylic paints there for a while. They just sat there staring at me because I had no idea how to use them. But YouTube is a great teacher. For anybody who wants to try and they're not sure what schools to go to or how to get their feet wet, YouTube is great. It really is.
What do you call your style? Have you given it a name?
Well, for some of the pieces, you'll see that there's some pencil drawings. But the recent stuff that I've been doing, which is the black and colored pieces, I guess I would call it a stenciling style.
Right.
Because I would create the colorful background first, and then I would create a stencil, and I would put the black overlay.
Like a silhouette.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about this one that's on screen right now.
This one I actually did, today is Friday, Wednesday night. So that I could have a piece that wasn't already showcased already. And when I started this piece, I tried to create a pattern that was different to what I was usually doing. And I looked at it and said, oh my God, this is crap. And then I put on the black overlay and I'm painting the girl, and I was like, oh my God, I'm making it worse. I put down the red skirt, and I said, there's no way I can show this. And then when I started to put in the details, I was like, oh my God, it came together. But most of the time as I'm creating, I'm
right from a mistake.
Look at that.
I try to create the pieces, and you have something in your head, you're not sure if it's going to come out the way that you would like, and then it comes together. So some pieces I did not bring because, no, those are not.
Those are some of the accidents.
Those are some of the accidents, but some of the accidents are very happy accidents.
This one looks like a very, the natural hair, the happy Afrocentric look. This one says that I'm a confident girl.
Yes. This one I actually named I Woke Up Like This is actually already gone. That's another reason I tried to bring some newer stuff.
Right.
Because that one was purchased by Aisha Comishon.
Oh, nice.
So,
who does that remind you of? That one that we just saw with the afro, that look?
I'm not sure.
That works here. Janelle.
Ah!
Yeah, Janelle comes to work with some of those here.
Morning, Janelle. You're absolutely right. The big hair.
Yeah, the big hair. Don't talk about the
and
style.
Janelle has some causes. Very interesting. So she'll work the hair, she'll work the head wraps.
Right.
What are you looking to do next through your art? And is it a catharsis for you? Is this your outlet?
This is definitely my outlet. It helps me to feel very alive. Actually, it's one of the first times that I'm able to stay up past 10 o'clock at night, just working and getting the pieces done and seeing them come to life, seeing them form on paper. And it's a wonderful feeling to be able to share with the public and have the kind of response I've received, because I consider myself still a new artist, an untrained artist, and obviously if you start comparing yourself, you start to feel very intimidated. It's an untrained artist, and obviously if you start comparing yourself, you start to feel very intimidated, but I decided that I need to put aside the intimidation and see where it goes.
Comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
You also said that there's a charity component to this.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that side of your work.
I've been involved with charity work for a while. I was with the Rotaract Club of Barbados for 2 years as their treasurer, and we would do a lot of projects together, one of them being a mural that we would have done together at the Westbury Primary School. So I would have been the artist to stencil it out so that the team could help paint it in. So I found that it was very difficult sometimes to get persons to contribute to charity, whether monetary or with physical labor. Yeah. So I decided to use my artwork to get people more involved. So when I place my price, a percentage of the funds, I ask the person to actually go to the charity and make the donation, as opposed to myself doing it, because I want them to feel the joy of being able to give back to a charity that they chose, which would hopefully mean they have some attachment, or they get to see what it is that they're contributing to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask her to tell me about some of the prices for your art, you know.
Okay. Most of the pieces will go between $200 to $300, and usually the component, because I like to round off the numbers, say pieces for $250, I would ask the person to contribute $100 to the charity.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's
Very
awesome. So what do you see happening next? And do you remember what the first piece, before you get to the next, do you remember what the first piece was that you did that you felt comfortable with showing?
The first piece was actually a picture of Batman. It was, I just sat down, I was watching karate, and I had the notepad inside of my bag, and I just took it out and I just started drawing, and everybody was coming around. And then you look back at it, it's like, whoa, that's really a beginner start. But it also shows that the progress that you would have made. And some of my friends were talking about the fact where you have something you would like to pursue and having to put in at least 10,000 hours to make it something great. And I'm just so grateful that I have not even put in a fraction of that time, and people are already responding. And I'm looking forward to putting in my 10,000 hours and making this something really spectacular.
Awesome. What kind of support have you gotten? Because you mentioned that your parents are both creative people, creative minds as well in different areas. What kind of support have you gotten from family and friends?
My family and friends are extremely supportive. When I put up a piece on Facebook or Instagram, they share some of my art. Some of the pieces, before they can even go up properly, they're already persons asking to purchase them. And this has mostly been from my inner friend circle. So now that I have tried to put it out to the public by creating a Facebook page, which would be Crystal's Creations, I am just overwhelmed by the response and the fact that persons are actually looking to purchase the art, and I'm hoping they're enjoying the charity component as well.
If you had to think of maybe one local artist or a few, who would you like to spend some time chatting with or learn?
Ooh, there's so many. I would have received some indirect assistance from Ron Comerbatch and Patricia Brown, because they would have assisted me in having an idea of what kind of pricing, because you do get some backlash if you underprice, because then they say you're taking away from actual artists who would appropriately price their work. But I did not feel as though, honestly, I wanted to take all of that money for myself. I wanted to see how I can give back some of that, because it is something that is pleasurable.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's work, you want all the money because, you
put all that labor.
And you don't particularly look forward every day. But for art, it's something I rush home to do. I enjoy it, so it's not an issue for me whether I even get any money or not. I just want to make sure I have enough to get back more supplies and stuff like that.
So you can continue.
So I could continue, but I love the fact that people can just donate to the charities that they love.
So passionate about the art and passionate about the charity. And nice mix. Crystal Howell, a budding young artist, here to share with us on Morning Barbados in our Creative Corner.
We'll be following you then on Facebook and checking out the Instagram page and wishing you all the best of everything as you continue to develop.
Definitely. And people, you need to get out. Tell us where we can find you on Facebook and social media so that people can get in contact with you to get some of these pieces.
My Facebook page is Crystal's Corner, and my name is has an unusual spelling, so it's Krystle, Crystal's Creations, with a K. I have another page, Crystal's Corner, for some of my social commentary, but Crystal's Creations is for the art, and my Instagram handle is Crystal Pixie.
I like it. Good chatting with you. Really nice meeting with you, and wishing you all the best.
7:35 your time, right here on Morning Barbados. We'll take a break and come back with more good stuff.